What's going on, guys? It's a Crypto Ref here, and I'm back at it again with another Golden Eggs update. They just seem to be pushing out new stuff every few days, which is awesome and great. They just released a DEX to where now, whenever you claim your golden eggs, or if you want to buy golden eggs or golden diamonds, you can do it straight from their DEX. You don't have to go to JustSwap anymore. So you come on their regular website here, and you can see this says DEX on each of them. Click on it, and it will load up their own exchange that is linked to JustSwap right here. So this has the same liquidity. It's not its own liquidity. It's just one less step. So you no longer have to go to JustSwap and put in their contract addresses or token addresses to get this stuff to come up. So you can buy and sell your gold eggs here. You can buy and sell your gold diamonds here, which is exactly what I'm gonna do, because also on their homepage they incorporated a sort of matrix that all of these farms that you're in, it goes in across, looks at the ROIs and shows how much you have in each of them. Tells you how much you've made today, how much you'll keep making based on that current ROI, and so on and so forth. Which actually brings me to my next thing I want to talk about, which is everyone who keeps talking about this being a scam purely based on the ROI going down, which means making less money in the long run. So as you can see here, I have made less money than when I recorded this video yesterday, about $1 less. And I also I realized something. I think yesterday I said I put $50 in and just kept reinvesting. I don't know how I forgot this, but that's not true. I've been claiming my flow daily dividends, whatever you want to call it. I've been claiming those instead of rolling those, which that's a long story. I can talk about that another time, and selling that for TRX. So that has been being invested into the farms. So that's how I got up to $200. I've also done some reinvesting, but up to around $200 worth of investing Tron in golden eggs and all that. So that's what I have in here, and I'm making around $8.50 a day. Now listen, I can already hear all of the hate comments because they've been amassing on every single of these golden eggs video that I make. So I'm going to try to make this as plain and simple as I can. If all of you haters are still here, all of you fudders are still here, I'm going to try to explain this calmly so you understand that just because a price goes down and just because an ROI goes down, that does not mean something is a scam. Alright, so let's talk about how some different factors of contracts and tokens affect price and affect ROI. First, I want to talk about ROI percentage on each of the different farms. The daily ROI is going to change based on how many people are in that contract. So yes, when these opened up, when fairies opened up, I think when I first saw it, it was at like 20-something%. That's because there was no one in it. Now fairies, gnomes, bunnies, gooses, and chickens, they all make a finite amount of golden eggs and golden diamonds a day. So you can see here, this is how much they make every single day. That's for everyone who is in on these contracts. So what that means is the people who invest more get more of this daily production. And the more people that get in on these contracts, the less you are going to get from that daily production, because this then has to get spread out. If you were the single person in on the Goose's farm, you would get all 99.96. But when there's two, then you'd get half of that. When there's three, you'd get a third of that, and so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying? So that means the ROI is, of course, going to go down. That doesn't mean that it's going to be unsustainable. It just means the ROI goes down as more people get in. And honestly, we want more people to get in because that helps with the liquidity. That's the next thing I'm going to get to. The liquidity affects the price of the golden eggs and the golden diamonds. The golden eggs, all of these contracts either burn or lock up or buy liquidity whenever you enter in on the contracts. And that is important because if it didn't do that with this locked liquidity, then yes, we should be worried about being rugged. Yes, we should worry that our funds aren't safe, but the liquidity is locked. And when we use these contracts, they're not just giving us these tokens willy-nilly. They're taking our Tron that goes in and they're splitting it up, putting in what our investment is into the liquidity pool. And that stabilizes the price of golden eggs and golden diamonds. Now that doesn't necessarily affect the ROI. What does affect the ROI is, again, how many participants are in every single production pool. More participants means you get less from that daily production. If you want more from that daily production, then put more into these farms and you'll have a bigger I guess a bigger share of the daily production of the golden eggs and golden diamonds. But the liquidity, again, when the way this is set up is to be an ecosystem that helps keep the price of golden eggs and golden diamonds sort of stable. What's been happening, and you can see this, which again is not a sign of a scam, it's just the way tokens work. The price has gone up and down for gold and golden eggs and golden diamonds. You want to know why that happens? That happens because people are getting in on these contracts and then they're selling the golden eggs and they're selling the golden diamonds. And just like every other token, just like every other cryptocurrency out there, when lots of people are selling, then the price goes down. That's just how that works. We look at stocks and a lot of people sell, the price excuse me. When you look at, man, I got something in my throat. Anyways, when you look at stocks, when you look at crypto, when there's a lot of buy volume, then the price goes up. When there's a lot of sell volume, then the price goes down. That just is what happens with crypto. That doesn't mean something's a scam. It's just how supply and demand works. So when we look at liquidity, when we look at participation, when we look at people who are selling and people who are buying, that all affects how much money you're going to make each day. So yeah, take that into account. And as I've been saying in every single one of these videos, this particular project is still high risk. It's still high risk. Right now it's a risk I'm obviously willing to take because it's giving me pretty good payouts and pretty good money. I'm pretty happy with that. If you are wanting to get in on this, I would suggest getting in on the fairies, because fewer people are in the fairies and gnomes. Fewer people are on the fairies and gnomes than the other contracts right now. Now I'm in all of these except for the chickens. I don't know why, but for whatever reason I've just not gone in on the chickens. Yeah, hopefully that gives some sort of clarification. Just because the price goes down does not mean that it's a scam. And people who keep saying, how is this sustainable? How is that ROI sustainable? Well, when more people get in, you're right, the ROI isn't going to be sustainable, but you're still going to be getting a return on your investment. If this all gets down to 1%, I'm still getting daily 1% of my investment. And there are not many projects that do that. You're lucky with your cryptocurrency to get even, like 10% for the whole year. Let alone 1% a day. There are a few that do that. Bankroll Flow is one of them. Obviously, that's the most popular one that's doing it. And Cyber Token will have a similar staking mechanism. But right now, while the APY is high, there's really not a bad reason, or there's not a good reason to stay away from this unless you just aren't willing to take the risk. If you're willing to take the risk, then get in while the ROI is high. You know what I mean? Get in while everybody else is staying away from it. But in any case, hopefully that sort of explains a little bit what I was trying to get at in the comment flame war that was happening yesterday and today. If you want to FUD this and call it a scam, I'm just not going to engage anymore. I'll just say, hey, watch this part of my video, or watch my video. I explain why it's not, and I explain why the ROI goes down. I explain why the price goes up and down, that this is normal, that this is just what happens in any other token, in any other market. This is what happens, and we don't call Apple a scam just because those stocks go up and down. But anyways, I'm done ranting. So I'm going to claim what I made for the past day and sell it for TRX. I'm going to use the newly implemented DEX, and I really like this farms table. This helps makes things very clear to where you don't have to go to each and every single farm to see what your daily, what do you call it? Your daily earnings are. You don't have to look at that. You don't have to see the individual ROIs. All right, so what it's looking like is when you do claim all, it goes through like each contract, it seems. Yeah. Did I get all of it? Is it giving it to me? Yep, there we go. It just takes a second. So yeah, that's the first time I use that, obviously, but when you hit claim all, you're gonna submit a transaction every single time, like I just did for each of these farms, since they're all separate contracts. That's how that works. All right, now I'm gonna go to the DEX and swap this for some Tron. Take my gains, so to speak. Oh, they should really put a max button on this. Anyways, that would be nice. 2468, nice. I'll sell that. Boom, got some Tron for that. 0.2363. I got some Tron for that. So yeah, guys, that's all I really wanted to show you and talk to you about. I'm not gonna. Oh, the max button is right here. How did I miss that? Anyways, obviously I can't do it now, but that's how that works. I just saw it now. Hopefully that explains a little bit what I was trying to get in on in the comments in the past few videos on this. Again, from now on, I'm just gonna say refer to my explanation in the video. And I'm not gonna try to engage with any more people trying to FUD this. I'm just gonna let it be. So anyways, if you want to get on in this, check the link in the description and the pinned comment, and that's about it for this one. So you have a good one. Bye now.